Hello, I'm Glen. I had the privilege of being the CEO at Mental Health Family and Friends Tasmania from March 2022 to November 2023. Financial viability was always an ongoing issue. Always conversations with the directorate and trying to have a high impact on what was quite a low budget that we were being provided with by the government. The organisation did seek other funding opportunities, and federal government did fund the advocacy toolkit and workshops, and they were successful. But primarily the majority of the funding still came from the state government, and those conversations were ongoing. And I do recall one particular conversation that got took to the next level, would probably be a good way to say it, because there were certainly risks of the organisation losing a role or a few roles. We were successful in that particular time. But my understanding, I was lucky enough to be on the board of Mental Health Family and Friends for several years before I became the CEO, is that the organisation's always fighting to build capacity. During my time at Mental Health Family and Friends, I certainly brought a partnership approach to the organisation. So we work closely with the likes of Flourish, their previous name. We had a national partnership with Carers Australia, and met with them regularly and learned a lot from them, and they apparently learned a lot from us as well. We also work closely with Mental Health Council Tasmania and supported them in the development of some of their initiatives as well. The reality is that these partnerships didn't actually bring additional funding to the organisation, but they did get us to participate and to be involved in important discussions and important decision making, again around that mental health reform period. We did increase the participation with family and friend representatives, and both the staff and myself attending vital meetings across the mental health reforms. And not only do we attend them, we actually, I know again from feedback that we had significant impact. We would regularly get feedback from departmental staff talking about our family and friend representatives and our staff being able to articulate the differences, the different experiences the family and friends have in reforms. When you look at a place like Peacock House now, the organisation had such an impact in the development of that, and the families and friends that help co-design and develop that facility should not go unrecognised. It's a great contribution that the organisation made to an important part of the mental health reforms in the state whilst I was there. Mental Health Family and Friends has an incredible legacy over 40 years, and their focus has changed regularly as the political landscape's changed, and the mental health reforms in particular have been rolled out over the last few years. For me, I think that the most pressing matter for the organisation is the difference between the lived experience of a consumer voice and a family and friend voice. They come from a very different perspective, and that's been shown not just in Tasmania by Mental Health Family and Friends, but it's also been shown nationally, and the federal government have recognised this by developing two separate peaks, one for consumers, one for families and friends or carers. So I think in Tasmania, the risk may be that the state government see that they could be joined and have a similar voice. But you ask any family and friend who have supported somebody with mental health or AOD, that it's a very different perspective. So I would encourage, and I'd love to see the organisation push that important point, and that Mental Health Family and Friends has a lot more to contribute as a standalone organisation.